I gotta fix the flowers. The flowers are broken here. So has anybody else done that? It's awesome. Is it awesome that my computer just started typing backwards? So weird. I wonder if it'll do it right now. I'm gonna need to type something. Nope, it's fine. Okay, so excited about I'm excited to hang out with you guys tonight. I want to talk about first I want to show you something really super cute. All right. I bought a camera. Like I'm gonna switch to try and start doing videos and editing them like, I don't know, maybe like grown up. But check this out. This is this is a Yi or a YI 4K plus camera. It is the cutest thing ever, but I have to get a charger and a battery. But isn't this adorable? I have to like make sure. Do you see how little that is? It's like a little brick. It's so small. So I'm going to have to figure out, like, I don't know. I just think it's the most adorable thing. And it's going to start, I'm going to start doing videos with this little thing. And it's kind of like a GoPro, right? It's so small. And yeah, but it's got no juice right now. I haven't done it. So I'm not ready to do it. It's interesting. That's interesting. So it's so weird. I just went on YouTube and then people popped up and a whole bunch of people popped off. So it says that no one is there now. So interesting. That normally doesn't happen. So I'm coming over here to YouTube. The cute little camera. You have the little toys. It's going to be exciting. So I'm pretty excited that this is my my new little thing, and it's just so cute. It's like you could just put this in your pocket and go anywhere. Before you know it, I'm recording a video someplace. So, I have a really big purse, so it makes up for it. So I wanted to share that with you. I have plans to be at Sal's in Tecumseh on I know I don't have any makeup on or anything like that. Whatever. I'm going to be at Sal's on December 18th. I have to look at a calendar now. Can somebody tell me if that's a Wednesday? That'll be the last before the new year. So hi, Tina. It's good to see you. I want to talk tonight. I want to share something interesting that happened. I went to Howell. With somebody, or I met somebody in Howell. And I went into their metaphysical shop and I said, hey, do you want me? Jamie, look, you're on right now. And I'm starting to talk about it. I'm like, hey, I'm a medium and I'd love to start like doing groups out of your space. And she said, no. It was so interesting. Then I went to another place. They also said no, which I was blown away about. I was sort of like, wow, this is kind of bananas. I've not been told no in a long time. So I was, sorry, I didn't do anything with my hair, Jeffrey, if you're on, sorry. I don't want you to look down on me because I didn't do my hair. So yeah, it was interesting because, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Like the metaphysical shop was kind of a shocker because I don't want to go in. She was more like, I think she's been pushed around by other people in the metaphysical world, which can happen. They're really opinionated. So I can understand where she was kind of coming from in a way, but it was in a way, but I was like, I don't really, I want to come in kind of after hours and do big groups in the back part of your room with, I will. And she said no. So that was interesting. And then I went to another place. It was kind of like a physical Etsy store. I can't remember the name of it. Plus, if I did, I wouldn't plug it. So, so she said, and I got to get your opinion on this, people. She said this. She goes, our people, the people who come and see me are the garden club people. So I need the garden club people to feel comfortable. And if they don't want it, I won't have it in here. And I thought, and I said, the garden club people are my people. Those people love me. And it was it was interesting to be kind of, reminded in a specific way that I really do live inside of this bubble where mediumship is absolutely normal, accepted, cared about, sought after. And I thought, this is an interesting experience to then go outside of. I don't consider that to be too far. I don't consider mediumship to be far out at all in any way, shape, or form. But I find it very, very interesting that it was it was just turned down. But whatever, teach their own. That's the truth, right? People can do and act how they want to do and act. I can allow myself. This is a lot of what mediumship is, right? So it may seem like I get off on all these tangents all over the place, and sometimes that's true. But I love earth elements. If you haven't gone down to earth elements, you absolutely should. They love me, and they're normal there too. So you love me. I'm loved in Celine. Loved in Celine. It's perfect. But you have to be able to feel the emotion. So let's just talk about a couple of different ways that I could approach this. Well, first I was with friends that I was enjoying myself. I had so much fun. They have some amazing, cute little shops, and I got some cute little things for Christmas. It's my first real Christmas that I am wanting to go out and decorate a lot right now. I want it done before, I want my tree up. I want things done. I want to have baubles all over the place. So I'm super I am super geeked about Christmas right now. I just love Christmas. I remember way back in the day. When, I don't know if they do this. Oh yeah, I know the fish tank behind me. Yeah, I know, Jamie, you're awesome. That's true. It's really hard. So, the truth is I'm going to have to break them down just one person at a time. That's what happens. I break it down one person at a time. But I could have done a couple of things where I just sort of took on, there was something wrong with me or my mediumship. That's one thing I could have done. I could have I could have exploded. That's something else that could have happened. But instead, I'm kind of wow, that was really interesting that happened. I can't believe that happened. One, I can't believe it happened in a metaphysical shop. That kind of blew my mind. But the truth is, if I don't deal with it, then I can't clear out my own stuff so that I can actually connect. So, well, I don't know if I was humbled. Let's not go too far. Because humbled? I had to think about that for a second. Right? If that's the pizza guy, I'm just telling you, all hell's about to break loose. So, what I can say is I did have an experience. I experienced it, felt the emotions around it, which is everything that I'm always telling you to do. If it's a pizza man, I'm going to have to go. So part of some of the things that have happened today is my refrigerator broke. The people that are supposed to fix it were going to come first thing in the morning. They're still not here. Another person that was supposed to come and do a bunch of stuff in my house today didn't show up. So there's a lot of disappointments that have happened to me today, but they do not define me. Does that make sense? I don't know. So I decided to get the kids pizza instead of maybe a trip to the hospital because I don't really trust what's in my refrigerator right now. So pizza it is. So if the dog starts barking crazy, I'm going to try and do something about that. So one of the things that I want to make sure that we talk about as well is I want to talk about something that another amazing medium friend of mine is sort of we've had these conversations about. Now, now, some of the old way of thinking was that, hi, Dan. I just want to make sure I say hi, Dan. Some of the old ways of thinking, and I want to just kind of say why I think it's an old way of thinking first, right? I think it's an old way of thinking because it's how we started to conceptualize everything. It's the beginning gateway into who we truly are, okay? And what do I mean by that? I mean that everything is a mirror. That way of thinking, I don't think really encompasses who and what we truly are. I say it's old way of thinking because we live on this plane of existence that's in utter chaos. And no how much you have your life together or how much you work, there will be things that are going to come up. People aren't going to show up when they say they're going to show up. They're going to tell you, no, you can't do this. They're going to not fix your refrigerator. Your food's going to spoil. They're not going to come do other things that you're supposed to be doing. So things will happen always like that. It is very applicable to life. I don't think it's a mirror of who I am. It's not a mirror that, let's just say, I'll even use Riley, right? I'll use my dog. It's not a mirror that he like loses his mind when somebody comes. They're not showing me that I lose my mind when people show up in my house, because that would be silly, right? Kind of showing me that that is who he is. When we agree that what's happening around us is people showing you who they are, then you stop taking it up like it's an affront to you. I hope, does that make a little bit of sense to people out there? I'm looking at you, James. I want you to say something at that. So if somebody like let's just say that it's the person that's supposed to come fix my refrigerator, because they don't have follow through doesn't mean that I don't have follow through. Because somebody is doing something outside of me doesn't mean that it is my lesson. My lesson could be to work through the issues and emotions that come up in me when I see it. Not that that person is bringing something to me that, that's why I say that, that believing that people are a mirror really doesn't do you justice in this world. Okay. So, and I also want to talk about this staying positive, the stay positive thing. It's not, I really want to say, like, one of the things that's kind of been a really big disservice to the metaphysical world and to people dealing with their emotions, or people dealing with trying to connect, or people, is that the push to stay positive. I could stay positive all day long, but then I'm not going to acknowledge, yeah, right? I'm pissed. I just went grocery shopping. I lost all the food in my refrigerator today. I'm so annoyed that they didn't respond back to me. But you know, one of the things I did is something that I just preach over and over about, is that people, if something is happening and you're having emotions to it, what do I say? I'm sure you guys could, people who are my coaching clients on here would know. Write it down. Write out what you're feeling. Write it down so that when you write it down, you can get rid of it. So when you're getting rid of it, you can get it off your mind. So I sat there, came home, was recognizing that I'm furious about many things. And then all of a sudden I started writing. And as I started writing, more and more things started popping up that I was mad about. It's like, oh, yeah, I guess this is a little bit of a pressure cooker. If you don't deal with your stuff, it will find a way to deal with you. So that means I wasn't dealing with things. So the fact so then I was able to fixate that somebody didn't follow through and didn't do what they said they were going to do today, of like, come fixing my refrigerator. I hope that. Again, mediumship and Mediumship Monday is applicable about how you get out in this world and like deal with life. Even though sometimes dealing with life does mean that sometimes, every time, it means that you meet yourself not as a mirror, but as in your reaction to what is happening. Okay?
Does it make sense? All right. So yes, I just found out that December 18th and 18 people on here is the I will be at Sal's Italian Restaurant. I will either be at Earth Elements on in January or February, sometime around that. I know that he'll tell me, and we'll figure that out. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to Detroit sometime and doing something really cool there. So, and if you're in the Ann Arbor area, I got I was interviewed by Crazy Wisdom. So in January, there's going to be an article about me in not Earth Elements. There's going to be an article about me. It's going to be under New in Ann Arbor because I said, I do all this stuff everywhere else. It's time for me to start doing stuff in Ann Arbor. So be on the lookout for that interview because hopefully it does something. I don't know. You can tell me what you think about it. I'm pretty excited about it. That's okay. So how's everything else going? I want to share with you a fantastic something that happened from the group reading at Sal's this past Wednesday. So I was talking to this woman, was giving this message. I was like, wait. I have to stop right here. And I said, this has only happened one other time when I've done a reading for somebody. So I need to stop. And I'm like, there is a huge horse in the room. Like I've had a horse walk behind me during a group session, but at this group session, this horse just came and stood there. His back had to have been like right here, super tall, not like a Clydesdale, but a really tall horse. Clydesdale, I think, like really, really meaty, right? They're very, very meaty. This was not that meaty. And I'm like, what was your horse's name? And she goes, Lily. And I said, so Lily just told me that you got a tattoo in her honor on your body, that you have a lily on you. And she just looked at me. She was a little stunned. And she goes, I have a huge lily on my thigh. And nobody knows that I got that for my horse. How cool is that? I said, well, your horse knows. So your horse is coming through and telling you. So I was like pretty excited. I was, always those like really good stories. I don't remember a lot of readings, but I remember that because, well, it was a big, huge horse that came in. So that's a big deal. Okay. So I do want to, sorry, just making sure I'm not stepping on my dog. So, so yeah, that was a good session. And just to recap, the reason the title is so weird and backwards is because today electronics and me have not been getting along. So it was writing and typing in backwards. I just have never seen anything. It's as if it was like a, playing backwards from a Prince song or something like that. Or I guess an Eminem song, which technically this is Eminem Monday, Mediumship Monday. So I want to talk to okay, so I need to talk to, okay, so I'm just going to do a couple readings and I'm going to get out of here before the pizza shows up. So I want to, Rose, are you on here? When did you bring Piper's sewing machine back? Okay. I need to talk about the mother coming forward and talking about of the start of breast cancer. I feel her coming forward. She makes me feel as if there's parties about her, like her memory is being kept alive over and over and over again. I feel like there's walks about her. I feel like there's donations about her. I feel like she's talked about all the time and she's thanking her. It feels like to a daughter, thanking a daughter for keeping her memory and keeping her alive. There's also like this presence that comes that's really light with her. She's a fun-loving individual, and she's coming forward and saying everything is going to be all right. There's I know it sounds generic, but I'm going to tell you what. when the reading is for you and you know it, it's not generic. It's absolutely what you need. So I have to say that her, she does feel like things actually, she feels like she may have fought it, if not once, but twice. And she's also telling me had a really hard time communicating it towards the end of her life. So she's saying, like, I don't necessarily think she got to say the words goodbye. So she wants to make sure that she knows her daughter say goodbye. And I see with her, she shows me like this beautiful dog. I mean, it's almost, I think there's a couple little tufts of color, but mostly white dog. I don't know. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a Germany Shepherdy kind of, but I'm just going to say that the dog is just hopping around. So the dog really is. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be the same way here. Is that there's this jumping dog. So there's this. I couldn't walk before I crossed. So this crossing of the dog is important. So there might have been like a lot of carrying this dog and caring for this dog by carrying. So I want to just say that this energy is here with you. Then I also want to talk about, I feel like there's a Patrick. I have a Patrick here who almost feels like a police officer or in the arm or in the services. Could have been the army, because that's kind of what I was starting to say there. So I want to talk about that, and I need to talk about, I have a brother energy of Mike coming forward. I also have, so interesting, Krista, are you on here? I don't think you're here. That's weird. Okay. You're usually on here. Okay, so hi Christy. Hi Jessica. Hi Lynn, how you doing? Okay, so I want to talk about I feel a mother and a mother and a grandmother energy coming forward, holding hands. It almost feels like there's a pain on the left side of the leg going all the way down to the ankle for this grandmother. I feel like there was either a limp, either she walked with a limp or she walked with a cane. So I want to say that mother and grandmother energy are coming forward together. There's a lot of moo-moos involved in this. So I just want to say that. I also want to say so part of one of the things that I'm hearing right now is so this is a grandfather coming forward talking about this is a grandfather energy coming forward talking about what are you talking about? Okay, so part of what I'm hearing on this is there's an apology coming forward. So I honestly, when I'm here, there's this is like a mother's father coming forward. I feel like this is an intense little reading, and I don't necessarily want to put that out here on this thing. I'm going to leave this with him saying that with the idea that he's actually apologizing. I feel a lot of abuse around him, and I'm going to say that he's not allowed to normally come and talk. So I feel like
like there's a George. I also have an Uncle Joe coming forward. It's a great energy. And Uncle Joe, I don't feel like he was ever a father, but definitely makes me feel like he had lots of people he looked after. Also, I feel like there's a connection with Kroger there as well. So he's showing me, I think he may have worked at Kroger for a long time and there might be somebody on here that worked with him. He wants to make sure he says hi. It's just like a super hyper energy on him. So I just don't know if he's ever done this before. I want to, it's so interesting because this is a message for everybody that's on here. One of the things that I'm hearing from this particular person is how wonderful the other side is and how that is home. But you in being here, it's important. I know. Come here, baby. It's important to know that you're not done here. Okay. Okay. Pizza's here. I gotta go. Before they knock on the door. See light, be light. I love you. Take care. Have a wonderful week. And eat pig out till you can't pig out anymore. Ciao. Bye. Adios, YouTube. See you later.